Hello friends, it's Paul back again with a Friday video for real estate education. So today I want to talk about the beginning of a residential contract. Okay, so there's many stages to a contract whenever you go to buy a home. In the beginning stages, you're going to have your earnest money, and then shortly after is called your option period. So those are the two things I want to talk about. Earnest money is basically you telling the seller you're serious about this and you're willing to put some money up and show them how serious you are, right? Because anytime you got money in the game, you know, you got some skin in there and you are serious about what you're doing. So your earnest money is going to be typically 1% of the home price. So if you're trying to buy a $500,000 home, earnest money is going to be $5,000. So this is money you're going to put up front, which is refundable during what is called an option period. Okay, and this is agreed upon period, typically 7 to 10 days, really early on in the contract, to basically hire inspectors to go inspect the house. Sometimes you could do an appraisal in that time as well if needed, but typically you want to go inspect the house. You want to make sure the house is in working order. If there's any things that need to be fixed, you know, outside of the contract, because on the disclosure they're going to disclose everything that's wrong with the house, or you know, everything that the house has, all the hookups, you know, stuff like that. And so if there's anything that you find that's outside of that disclosure, that should be addressed within the option period, which typically lasts 7 to 10 days, right? All right, so for your option period, this is also something where you're going to put some money up, because just to have basically an executed agreement, there's got to be some money in there. So option, typically, I don't know, it's negotiable, right? So maybe $300 to $500. And this is non-refundable. Okay, so that's why it's not such a large number, because it doesn't get refunded, right? So you're basically paying this money to have a way out of the contract if you want, right? And so during that option period, 7 to 10 days, you paid $300 so you could have an option period. And the option period basically is, if I find something I don't like about this house and you're not willing to fix it, then I'm out, right? And at that point, you get your earnest money refunded, and so you can walk away from the transaction completely, legally, right? That's what's called your option period. That money you don't get back, but it's better to be out $300 than it is $5,000. And so in the beginning of a residential contract, these are two steps that are super important and typically always followed. And once you get into the contract, you know, like I said, there's many steps that come after all of this stuff, but first thing's going to be your earnest money. Obviously, both parties sign the contract, and then your option period is going to come, and typically that option period is 7 to 10 days. During that time, you want to fine-tooth comb, spread over the house, and just check everything out. And your real estate agent is basically going to address the seller's agent on your behalf if you have any issues or if you want something to get taken care of. And if the seller is willing to do those things, then once you come out of that option period, they are fully obligated to now fix those things that they promised that they would, right? And so from this point all up to closing, there's all kinds of other things that happen. But I just wanted to talk about the beginning. Again, the option money, the earnest money and the option period. And these are super important in the beginning of a contract, again, because it gives the buyer the option to wash their hands of the situation if they find something they don't want and the seller is not willing to do anything about it. So until next Friday, I will see you guys. Have a good day. Legend.